Hi friends, this is Praveen. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Edify Let's Learn Together. So recently I went through an online course on how to effectively communicate using body language, how to improve on your presentation skills. So for today's video I have summarized those learnings. Along with it I have brought my personal life experience also. So in this video we will be looking at how to improve presentation skills, followed by the last week video design thinking. I have made the PPT, right? I will be showing after this course. I have reworked on the PPT. I will show both the slides, what I did previously and how I have improved it. I'll walk you through the PPT also, so that you will be able to learn and improve few things on your own with how to improve presentation skills. So first point is create a story or flow to remember. You might be thinking why this is important, because I keep all the data in the PPT, numbers are there, pictorial representations are there, and even charts are sometimes there in the PPT. Why should I remember, or why should I remember the flow might be a question at your end. The simple reason is that shows you are prepared, and that kind of communicates back to your audience that you are very confident on presentation that engages the audience. So if you remember the flow, for example, last week when I made the video design thinking, the story or the flow which I kept in my mind is, I'll come introduce myself. I will say this is the course which I did last week. I will define design thinking. I will say how to start design thinking. I will say what are the benefits, followed by I will kind of define a problem statement, and then I will kind of give two approaches. One is traditional approach, one is design thinking approach, and I will end the video. This is the flow I kept in my mind, or the story which I prepared and I executed. When you have the flow in your mind, you are more confident that it's reflected with your audience and they will stay connected to you. And you might be looking at only PPT, just make sure that your audience are getting engaged, and also if you want to remember or recollect one or two pointers. But remembering the flow or the story is very important, and this will improve your presentation skills. The second pointer, keep your hands open and use the right gesture. So I'll give my personal experience that I am a person who have a habit of always keeping my hands folded during speaking with the people or during a presentation. So the reason why it started was I was not very confident. I felt very comfortable when I keep my hands folded, but my friends called me and told, this is not looking good. Even after you gain the confidence in presentation, you are still doing the same. And there are my colleagues and faculties also have called me and told, you don't need to keep your hands folded during presentation. After a long struggle I have come out of it. Even after I came out of it also, there are times unknowingly my hands goes and folds during a presentation or while speak with people. Gives a wrong meaning to the people that I am less confident. Even though I am confident, even though I remember the flow, even though I am prepared very well, my hand gestures and body language is communicating something wrong. So it is very important that your body gestures or hand gestures says what you are kind of speaking. So if you are speaking very confidently, your hand gestures and your body posture also should be in the same way. It can't be the opposite. So make sure what you speak and your hand gestures and body gestures are in line. Third point, make eye contact with audience. So my first presentation, I remember it was in my BE Computer Science first year. I made a PPT. I kept all the data available in internet and textbook on PPT because I was very nervous. So I looked at my friend. I made the entire presentation seeing only at him because I was very nervous, thinking what if people make joke about me, what if people are not listening to me. I was very underconfident, so I didn't look at anyone. I made the PPT, I went back to my desk. But I took a resolution that day that next time when I go to make a PPT, I should look at the audience at least once, and I did it. And the next presentation I told to myself, Praveen, you need to make at least one person who is not listening to you, make an eye contact with them, make them to start listening to you. And I was able to do. And each change, each presentation, I took it as an opportunity. I went presented. I know my weakness, I overcame it. Today I use this eye contact as an opportunity to engage with people, make them feel that I'm speaking kind of directly with them, make them kind of not to get distracted. So if you are a person who have challenges in making eye contact, don't try to change drastically. Try to make an eye contact at least once. Then go gradually, step by step. At fourth or fifth presentation, you will be able to achieve. But making an eye contact with your audience is a must and a good skill during a presentation. Calculating the presentation time while presenting. This is also another important skill.
Even after multiple years of experience in presentation during college or even in my office, this is something where I was lacking. If you give me a PPT of 2 slides, I become very creative. I start giving 2-3 examples, I start giving you life lessons, all those. But whereas if you say me that I should complete it within 5 minutes, it's a huge challenge, because if you say 5 minutes, you need to stick to the script. You need to be able to say only one example. Even during a presentation, you might get a better example in your mind, but that you should not be speaking. So this comes with practice. Calculating the presentation time is also an important skill which is required to improve your presentation. Especially in colleges or office presentations, they will be giving you a fixed slot saying that this 10 minutes is for you or 15 minutes is for you. So during that time, you can't be very creative. You can't be saying that, I will keep speaking for the entire 15 minutes. I won't give the time for my friends or colleagues. So preparing with timing, saying that, okay, this slide will take 2 minutes, this slide will take 3 minutes, fine, I will be able to complete it within 5 minutes. You need to have this calculation in your mind and you need to stick to the script.
Point is, create presentation with minimal information. We'll go back to the first story or first presentation which I did. I kept all the information from textbook, I kept all the information from online on PPT, but later on I realized that is not the right way to do. The presentation should have minimal information such as numbers and key takeaways or keynotes, and based on the same we need to be presenting it, we need to be giving example. Whatever we speak doesn't need to be there in the presentation. If everything is already there in the presentation, the audience can read it by themselves. We don't need to be there to present. So the presentation should give a minimal information, and based on the same we can speak even for 2 minutes or 5 minutes based on the content. But whatever we speak doesn't need to be there in the presentation. These are the 5 ways to improve presentation skills. Please do drop in a comment what was very helpful for you. Now let's start with the second segment of the video. I will take you through the PPT which I did for my design thinking video after the online course which I did on the presentation skills, how to improve the presentation skills. I have reworked on the PPT. I will show you the old PPT versus new PPT, and I will also show you why I have done the changes. So this is the first slide of my previous PPT. It had design thinking on bold, followed by revamp the traditional process. So the basic reason was I had less time, honestly speaking. I made a quick PPT, so I just went with the flow, heading, title and a content, But whereas we can make it slightly colorful. So what I have done now, I have just gave a good background color for blue. I have added an image, and the design thinking I have kind of made it in a bigger size and brought the revamp the traditional process below it. So it gives a better look. So improving the size or using the size of the text is also one way to kind of grab attention of people, as this is the main title and this is where we are going to start the presentation. So I have just placed it in the left side with a higher font size. Now the next slide, we have defined what is design thinking. The text is not greatly aligned, and I just kept a picture also, not a great work, but whereas if you see the next slide, I have used the picture in a way that is a black background, so I have used a white font. I have kept the text as design thinking, and the text is aligned properly. It gives a good view, and it is also within 2 lines, so the audience might not think that you are going to give a very boring lecture for them. Followed by how to start design thinking. So there were 5 steps, so I just listed on all the 5 steps, followed by an image of thinking. Now you will be seeing the updated one. So I just brought the title of how to start design thinking to the center, and I have added the 6 steps with illustrations. I have added the 6 steps with the pictures. So also, if you could observe, I have brought in the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and those numbers are slightly in a higher, those numbers are slightly in a bigger font and bold, so that it grabs the attention of audience. They know that there are 6 steps and which are in the sequential order. Next, the benefits. So again, there are 5 benefits with a picture we have kept in the previous PPT. Now we have realigned it. You don't need to always use bullet points or numbers whenever you want to list down a few items, whereas you can even use this approach of showing the pointers with an illustration followed in the horizontal way. Now the problem statement. Again, this problem statement is not aligned properly and the picture doesn't have much significance. But whereas this problem statement, if you see, it has grabbed the attention of the audience. There's an exclamation mark, the problem statement itself is used. We have used a slightly bigger shape which grabs the attention of people. The colors which are used grabs the attention of people. The PPT keeps customers engaged or audience engaged. Solutions and traditional approach. So again, there are 3 pointers. I have changed it in the formatting. I have never used circles before. So for this first time in the PPT, I have used circles, and I have also used double circles. If you could see, the borders are slightly dark because there is a circle behind it, which I have given a dark blue. And the circle which is on front, I have used a different color. So it gives a double layer and it looks good. So solutions in design thinking, I have again brought in characters. I have used different shapes, different colors, slightly attractive than the previous one. Followed by, again, we discussed about the problems, how to identify the problems in design thinking, and also we have also given the suggestions. So I have just again rephrased it in a different way. You can find it in this page where the solutions via design thinking approach, we again listed down in a different shapes. The image looks colorful. I have learned from the online courses that you can use size effectively. You can use the size of the text effectively. You can use images effectively. You can repositioning the text and images effectively to grab the attention of people and make the presentation effective. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you like the video, drop a comment, like the video, subscribe, and please do share it with your friends. We are going to reach 50 subscribers in a very short while. You can please help me in achieving it. I hope you will help me in achieving it in upcoming weeks. Thank you.